Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Okay, I had heard about Project 2025. I'd heard about it. I hadn't done anything about looking into it or any of those things because, well, I've been writing a couple of books. I've been working on getting my film editing skills a little bit better. Not much, but I've been working on that. I've been working on several things. And I'd heard that it was supposedly Trump's plans and all this, and then Donald Trump came out with, "I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them." Okay, fine. I don't know anything about Project 2025 at this point. So I opened it up and I read a little bit about it. And so we're going to I'm going to have a series of videos more than anything else. I'm wanting to see what it's about, and we're going to go over it together. We're going to see if some of these things are, as he put it, abysmal. We're just going to see what's going on with it. And so I'm going to start with the immigration portion. So that's one of the big topics. So we're going to go over that today. Okay, let's start with primary recommendations. This was written by Ken Cuccinelli. He is formerly of DHS. He was Virginia's Attorney General. So, the first primary recommendation is U.S. Customs and Border Protection to be combined with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services, the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee Resettlement, and the Department of Justice Executive Office of Immigration Review and Office of Immigration Litigation into a standalone border and immigration agency at cabinet level, more than 100,000 employees, making it the third largest department measured by manpower. I'm going to say that it may not necessarily need to be cabinet level, but combining them would make sense. The combining of them, I say, is making sense. I don't know about the cabinet level. That just weird to do it all the way up to cabinet level, but I mean, it's 100,000 people. I think that some of it might need to be able to be pared back a little bit, but there we go. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency to be moved to the Department of Transportation. That actually makes some sense. Federal Emergency Management Agency to be moved to Department of Interior, or, if combined with CISA, Department of Transportation. FEMA, I think Interior makes more sense. The U.S. Coast Guard to be moved to DOJ, and in time of full-scale war, i.e. threatening the homeland, to the Department of Defense. Alternatively, U.S. Coast Guard should be moved to DOD for all purposes. I'm of the opinion that it should be DOD. Other nations use their Navy as Coast Guard and Navy. And I think that it's not necessarily needing to be combined with the Navy, but I think that it should be part of the DOD with some, of course, the specialized justice areas. U.S. Secret Service to be divided in two, with protective element moved to DOJ and financial enforcement element moved to Department of Treasury. That one I have no opinion on. Transportation Security Administration to be privatized. No. I'm going to say that. Absolutely not. Science and Technology Directorate to be moved to the DoD and Office of Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction to be moved to the FBI. No. To the Office of Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction. This one I'm going to have to give it a no. The Science and Technology Directorate is a component within the United States Department of Homeland Security. DHS S&T serves as the research and development arm of the department as it fulfills its national security mission. Why does that need to get moved to the DoD? That one confuses me. The Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction Office is at the DHS already, and why would you move it to the FBI? I honestly don't understand that one. So the combining of the immigration stuff makes perfect sense. There should be one full voice when it comes to immigration, not this disparate voices that don't agree with each other. I can kind of understand about the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. I really can. BEMA moved to Department of Interior. I think that BEMA makes sense. Coast Guard, I think, should be moved to Department of Defense full time. I mean, if you can win a Medal of Honor, you should be DOD. They've only won one Medal of Honor, but hey, they were protecting Marines. I'm going to go along with that. And I don't understand the privatizing of the Transportation Service Administration. Okay, a lot of this is political pondering on certain things within the Department of Homeland Security. But under ICE, it starts giving a little bit better understanding of some of the changes that they want to do. Order ICE to stop closing out pending immigration cases and apply the Immigration and Nationality Act as written by Congress. Biden administration closed out tens of thousands of immigration cases that had already been prepared and were slated for expedited removal processing or hearings before the U.S. Immigration Court. This misguided action constituted an egregious example of lawlessness. It will allow thousands of illegal aliens and other immigration violators to go free. Okay, direct ICE to stop ignoring criminal aliens identified through the 287G program. Eliminate T and U visas. Okay, T and U visas are non-migrant status visas for victims of certain crimes, and T non-migrant status, also known as T visas, for victims of human trafficking. The human trafficking, that one I can't agree with. The U depends on the crime. That one I'm not fully in agreement with. I've been in agreement with the previous two. Issue clear guidance regarding detention and bond for aliens. I'm not really sure that we should be bonding out the illegals anyway, but prioritize national security in the student and exchange visitor program. Yes. Homeland Security investigations, special agents in the 1811 series should be enforce Title 8 and 18 crimes as a bigger part of their portfolio. This is alien smuggling, trafficking, and cross-border crime defined under Title 18. Title 8 and Title 18. Okay, the role of ICE deportation officers should be clarified. Okay. All ICE memoranda identifying sensitive zones where ICE personnel are prohibited from operating should be rescinded. Okay, that makes sense. To maximize the efficient use of its resources, ICE should make full use of existing expedited removal authorities. Okay, other than the TNU that I could probably argue with, yeah. I don't know about, I mean, there's other things there that they're suggesting for Congress, but overall, I think that their ICE suggestions are decent. Okay, at the beginning of this, I kept calling it immigration, but that's basically what. If you go to look at Project 2025, this is actually listed under Department of Homeland Security. But Ken Cuccinelli is wanting to change it into immigration primary. That's what most of the stuff that he's talking about in it is centered around, is immigration issues. I don't... as you read through it, it's little things here and there talking about... He's saying this Office of Intelligence and Analysis should be eliminated, both because it's not added value and because it's been weaponized for domestic political purposes. Okay, I will agree that it's been weaponized. Okay. But we need a basic way to take all... We've got 17 or more intelligence agencies in this country. Department of Homeland Security was supposed to take all that and make it coherent. Getting rid of the Office of Intelligence and Analysis instead of actually working to make it into something worthwhile. Yeah, I don't agree with changing that. Department level reforms. Okay. But this has turned it from Department of Homeland Security into Department of let's do what we can on immigration. I believe that immigration is just one aspect of Homeland Security, and I believe that this dangerously changes, in some aspects, how Homeland Security would be doing things. Most of this is, hey, if it isn't doing anything demonstrating we're tough on immigration, then yeah. Do I believe that immigration stuff should be put together? Yes. I believe if somebody with practical sense was to take a look at it all, you could pare some of it down if you combine it. And yes, I do understand that there is a need for more immigration officers, such as Border Patrol, ICE agents, but I think the shift towards only prioritizing immigration is short-sighted. I know this is, yes, like I said, it's supposed to be Department of Homeland Security, but that's what it's turned into, is immigration stuff only. I don't think that this does a proper job. This is just the Department of Homeland Security area. I don't think this does a proper job. I'm not going to say that some of the ideas aren't correct. I'm just saying that overall, I think that this is weak. You can agree with me, disagree with me. Matter of fact, tell me if you agree with me or disagree with me. It's just, I don't know. This is just odd. But tell me what you think. Why don't you read up on it? This is something that we all should be reading up on, because this is some of the people that Trump would put into positions of authority would be looking at Project 2025. They're going to be looking at it for ideas. So we're going to look at other areas, but this is an interesting first one to look at. So this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all think about all this, and we'll discuss other parts of it later. Y'all have a good day now.